Mm, mm. I'm gonna wait till everybody come in here because I got a lot to say about this dumbass combine. Y'all, you got Washington content creators, Dallas Cowboys content creators. You got people all around the league who are content creators coming in, watching a system that doesn't care about the players. You got the test they take that doesn't have nothing to do with football, but yet we supposed to say, "Hey, this is a good look. This is what we." Yeah, look at these players. They running. You got big ass linemen running up and down. What's up, Momo? You're on the same time as Mark. Oh hell yeah! I got tired. They watching that bullshit. That bullshit combine. The combine is the biggest piece of shit, turd, whatever you could name of it, disgusting because it is a joke. If I was a player, if I was projected a third round pick, I would not come to the combine. It is a joke because what does an offensive lineman or a decent lineman running a 40-yard dash? That's what it is. We doing what we doing? Track meet? Oh, we gonna see how high you can jump. Oh, we gonna measure how big your hand is. If they going into boxing, we gonna measure how big your bicep is. That's like that's the same thing they did in slavery. When they gonna measure African Americans and slavery wasn't just for people for the keeper of buck. Slavery wasn't done for black folks, it was done for white folks. That was Egyptian and enslaved white folks. So let's keep it slavery is slavery. So we gonna measure how big your biceps and your cross-section and your legs, your ankles, and all this bullshit. It is the biggest piece of shit you can think of, I can think of, and now I'm supposed to be a person of interest to watch something that's not worth watching. Yet these prosecutors, these analysts, oh yeah, he dropped because his draft status dropped because of his because how he did it in the combine. No, check the mother effing tape, you dumb effers. I can't stand this crap. I repeat, I cannot stand this crap. So those of you, I don't know somebody because I had yesterday. I had some people have issues typing in, so I don't know if y'all still have that same thing like that. I think it was Jerry sitting next to Jamie Foxx caught on video saying it a few years ago. Yes, that's all they do. Looking at there's some sick people. Maybe we should look at the Epstein file, see if Jerry Jones is on there. Sick bastard. Sick. Yeah, I said it. Stop it with this bullshit. Players need to, if you want, I get it. If you want some player, you look at the tape and you interview the player, see what his mind at his thinking is, and ask him questions about different defense and different schemes. What would he do in a situation like this, that, or whatever? That's one thing. But to have them run a track meet, to have offensive linemen jump, see how high they can jump. What? An offensive lineman jumping up and down? And see how they do a circle or whatever drills they do. Doesn't equate on the football field. Football is a simplistic sport. Football is a sport where you just know, is this guy got it? Football is the sport, it's repetitious. So you tell me going to a fucking combine gonna make you see who you go to draft? No, it's just there as a meeting. And it sound like to me it's a bunch of freaky ass owners and scouts going in and looking at man butts and butts and the biceps and triceps to say, oh yeah, he has a big one. Maybe we should be looking for their names on the Epstein files. At least don't taste FBI. We want to know: is Jerry up there? Was Daniel Snyder up there? Looking at on men's butts? Come on, stop with this. We need to stop with this crap. Yes, I say no absurd things, and I'll continue to say the combine is the biggest joke there is. But you dumbass fans keep watching this bullshit, getting their ratings up like it's so damn important, and you the same fans who sit there and think the players are greedy and the owners not. Get the fuck out of here. Players do have nothing to do. Players play. And they love drafting. Oh, this guy's 6'8", 235 pounds. He got a muscle of arm. Doesn't equate on the field. It doesn't equate on the field. That's what the problem with Daniel Jones. The New York Giants drafted him in the draft because they thought he was a prototypical quarterback. He wasn't. I live in North Carolina at Duke University where he came from. He was piss poor awful. He was horrible as you can be, as some people call. He was so much of a hot garbage trash. He didn't even stink. He stunk. So stop with this bullshit. Y'all keep bringing this narrative and bringing up shit. And Mark, you asked me, what do I like? I like my Washington football team. I love my wife. I like a lot of things. I think the combine is a joke. I think the draft is just because it's just for people to get together and draft players and get together and build the draft. I get it. You need that. You draft players, you do this, you do that. I get all that. But the draft, you never going to find the person that you think you're going to have because the player that you think you're going to get is not always going to pan out. Number one draft choices, especially in the defense and the offensive line, they never pan out. It's your gems in the second, and the third, the fifth round, and the later rounds find out they are better. They need to get rid of the combine, and NFL scouts are terrible at scouting players. Of course they are. Because most of these scouts are in the system. Most of these scouts are handpicked by owners and coaches to be a scout. It don't take rocket science to be a damn scout anymore. It don't. It don't. Get rid of this shit. NBA scouts are better at scouting than NFL scouts. Well, yeah, but we all know the NBA. In the NBA, the first round after the 7th or 8th pick, is nobody. You just getting role players at that point. Ain't nobody changing life in the NBA after you get past the 7 or 8 round, 7 or 8 pick. And And then Mark talks about how I don't talk about my Washington. I am talking about my Washington. I've been talking about Washington needs get a defensive end in the draft. They need a corner in the draft. They need a guard in the draft. They need some linebackers in this draft. Oh yes, preferably they'll probably get that in free agency. So those of you who watch this bullshit, shame on you. Those of you who applaud and watch others watch the combine, shame on you. Those who applaud like that and go and look at these statistics of these players and all that, shame on you, because what a player does on the every side in college is not going to equate in the NFL. NFL is a different animal. Players ain't going to be the same when they come to another. This is a next step up. This is where the big boys play. This is where men versus boys. Grown men getting paying bills, supporting their families. So the combine is the biggest fucking joke there is, and it'll continue to be the biggest. Told you, Mark wants you to do the draft with him this year. So did Mark? Hold on. Did Mark say he want me to do the draft? I'll come to the draft. I will criticize that draft. I will talk Mark to death. I will literally talk Mark to oblivion. He will get tired of me. He will get a headache. Matter of fact, he might lose weight. Come all, because I want to like that. I wouldn't mind going to the draft. I say the draft is more eventful than a damn Super Bowl. I say the draft is more eventful and more exciting to go to than going to a damn Super Bowl. Because the Super Bowl, it's because the Super Bowl ain't got all these executives and all these bourgeoisie, whatever you want to call them, executives and corporate America there. So I would say the draft is more fun to be there than a fucking Super Bowl game or during the draft. Mark loved to talk. I've been to 17 Super Bowls. So what the so what am I supposed to do with that? You've been to 17. Okay. Go for 18. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Hopefully we got some superstars. Everybody in here, please hit that like button. I appreciate that shit. I appreciate that. Because I'm pissed off. I am literally pissed off that people out here watching a draft, a combine, watching big ass lumbering, bumbling young kids running down a 40-yard line weighing 250 and 300 pounds. And no, what? Then I heard Game Time ask Mark, what was your speed in the 40? 4.6. Okay. What the fuck that got to do with you blocking? Not a damn thing. What the shit got to do with how big somebody's fingernails are, how big their fingers is, how big their arm is, how big their legs and what their shoe size, what their head size is, what size is their eyeball, what size is their eyelid, what size is their nose or their nostrils, what the circumference of the index of their finger. What the hell would that have to do with anything but anything? This is just the most ridiculous thing, and y'all sit there and watch this bullshit, and y'all get nauseating, depleted enjoyment out of this bullshit. I don't know why y'all even try to say that this is entertaining. This is sad. It's nothing but another version of slavery. I said it and I will keep saying it. Slavery ain't, ladies and gentlemen, fans that comes into my life. Slavery is not only for African Americans and for every human body. Everybody has been enslaved by some point in their lives by one group or another. So slavery ain't just for African Americans. This is nothing but slavery at its highest level, and y'all so stupid y'all don't realize that. When they started telling offensive linemen to run, when they tell you how the size of somebody cuff size, what? And the ankles, the thighs, the shoulders, the head. Come on, people. This is not right. And they do the Wonderlic test before the what? The Wonderlic test has nothing to do with football. They don't say any. The combine should be abolished. Can I get a hell yeah in here? As Stone Cold would say, this is ridiculous. This is asinine. And I don't know what number of people who are watching this BS. The NFL loves to put up things and make fans believe certain things. They would tell you the Super Bowl was a good game. That was a blowout of a mother effing game, and they know it. The same reason, they gonna tout this combine how many millions and millions and millions and millions. Watched it. They gonna lie about the numbers. They lie about how much money a team makes with revenue, how much they bring in. They lie about that. They put that information out and make you believe that these teams are not making money. We all know that's a lie. People stand up. Players need to strike. I'm all for the players. Players getting your money. Aubrey, if you want to get $25 million a year, I have no problem with him getting that kind of money. Pickens should get $40 million because that's what the market demands. Pay the man what he's worth. All you do is pissing a player off when you put him on a franchise tag. And players in the NFL Players Union, get somebody out there who can maneuver and get shit done and not be getting these passable things. Hey, we'll give you this, give that. No. Demand what you demand. Have a free market in the NFL. A free market where there's no salary cap employer because they making a profit of money and more money that's coming in. The players ain't greedy. It's the owners that's greedy. Somebody told me the other day on somebody live, they had the nerve to tell me that the players in a whole makes 48% of the revenue that the team makes. 48%. And the owners make 52%. That's what you trying to tell me with that bullshit lie? With that bullshit lie, you believe our owner is going to allow these players only make 48%. They make 48%. They only get a 4% upkeep. That don't make no sense. These players are making less than 3% or 5% of the money because I don't have the facts to to say that. Of course, they're gonna put a number out there for you to believe that what they make. These owners making too much damn money. They're making from the gambling houses, so from the advertising, from the TV contract, from the local TV contract, from the concession stand, the parking, the tickets, the sales of the jersey, and all the things you buy, the helmets, the jerseys, the t-shirts, everything. And y'all believe they barely not making it. Y'all the new kind of fool, the stupid fools. When they tell you to jump, you say how high. Yeah, that's what they do. I don't believe that bullshit. Those of you who don't believe, ask somebody. You better ask somebody in this bitch because I'm the one. I'm here to tell you the truth. The NFL is now. NFL is never going to tell you the truth, and the people out here they don't care. All people care is about. Let me watch some football. Let me watch some football. I love some football. The real game of football has been gone years ago. There is no more real football coming out that door. You got soft players versus soft rules where the players and wide receivers have no fear. Where the quarterback had no fear of getting hit because he knows he's going to get a penalty. So tell me, is that real football? Tell me that's some soft ass shit that I don't believe that shit. Don't forget gambling kills sports also, Momo. Oh, gambling is destroying what we love as a football. Momo, I can't watch the combat either. Can't even get excited about the draft this year. Oh no, B Dunk. No, tell me that. No, I thought you was I down. Oh yeah, I gotta watch this version of slavery again. I can't watch this shit. I can't stand this shit. If y'all just literally, I just like somebody to tell me what is so exciting about the beats. Now, B Dunk. I'm all about free agents this year. Oh no, B Dunk. You if my memory serves me correctly, you was talking about, hey, we get this person in the draft and this person. Oh, come on now, or was I misled in that? Was I misled in that? I must have been misled in that, B Dunk. By the way, okay. Okay. Maybe I misunderstood it. Maybe you was talking about the draft, about free agency. So, B Dunk, you know, well as I know, is that March 9th, the first day, if the Dallas Cowboys, the Washington football team, New York Giants, and Philadelphia Eagles haven't made a deal by now with anybody by March the 9th, you know, no one's going. I mean, you know what that means, right? They're not getting the Cowboys and the Washington football team is not going to have a top guy because the free agency this year is very low. Isn't there a lot of good players, as we know. So you're gonna overspend. You are already spending on the first day anyway. So you definitely going double overspend because the players you want. You just gonna overspend. And you think Jerry Jones gonna dig out of his pocket? That miser is sticking. Probably on the Oakland Raiders getting that pick. What I'm saying is the four premier players the Dallas Cowboys is not getting. Jerry ain't sticking his pocket. Even the average players gonna get overspent. They gonna overpay for them. You have to. That's what free agency is. It should be an open market. Where it should be an open market, or be like the NBA. Hey, there's a salary cap, but you can go over. But they won't. We won't penalize you as much. So, that being said, I just hate the combine. Y'all mother suckers, fuckers, whoever y'all want to call yourself. Y'all believe everything the NFL says. You believe everything Jerry Jones said. Jerry doesn't. Jerry's sitting on the yacht. I'm going to the bathroom just like I am. I'm 64 years age. His prostate is just like mine. When you get older, you go to the bathroom a lot. So Jerry just pissing on y'all parade every year, and y'all motherfuckers out here thinking that he's gonna make the team better. As long as his pockets are full, that's all Jerry counts. That's all he wants. Let me make my back pockets even fuller than my front. I got some oh, by the way, I got some pockets in my hanging out. I got some jeans in my other pants need to be filled. That's all he wants. It is not the greatest league on earth. Stop saying that, son. That's like, remember, Ringling Brothers and Bonnie and Bailey Circus used to say the greatest show on earth. And what happened to them? They not in existence anymore, B Dunk. Mike, what's up, Mike? I didn't see that. Cowboys usually let the qualities free pass by them, and I wait for the low hanging fruits to come available. You're right about that. Yeah, they're gone. Ringling Brothers and Bollenberry Circus is dead. They went out of business. They no longer there. They kaput. They died. They deceased. They in a casket. They are there. They are to dust. They're gone. Just like the NFL is riding this high. And eventually that shit gonna go away because they keep making rules change. They keep doing this shit because football is not a contact sport, like I always say. It's a collision sport. When you don't have players fearing to get hit, that's when that sport goes away. Gambling fucked it up. Soft ass owners fucked it up. Soft ass players fucked it up. And now you think that this league gonna prosper? Oh, I love this one. Oh, it's different now. These people are fast. People don't want to get hurt. Stop it. You trying to troll me, B Dunk. NFL fantastic. You stole that line from the NBA back in the 90s. Stop it with that bullshit. I used to love the circus when I was young. Yeah, I used to love it too. I used to like magic when I found out it wasn't real. Just like the NFL. It's fake as fuck. The player's fake. The owner's fake. The league is fake. Everything about it. Do I love football? I love me some football. But I just don't like the product I've been seeing over the past few years. The product sucks. The cheerleaders sucks. Everything about it. They build all these big ass stadiums. Washington building a new stadium. They're gonna charge the arm and the leg. I'm tired of them charging the fans all this money, and why the owners get billions and billions and billions and billions of money, and the players don't get the money, and the fans, we suffer from the game itself because of what we see on the field ain't good. You know I'm right, B Dunk. You know I'm right, Chase Nichols. You know I'm right. What's his name, Mike? So I'm just telling the truth. The truth is the light. The light is the truth. So if you don't see the light, that means you in the dark. The NBA is definitely fake, down to picks, pretending that the draft picks are random. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that assessment. So those of you who want to hate on me and call me this and call me that, like I said, when I did my rant yesterday, about inviting the people going to the White House, and I made the assessment, well, not the assessment. I was telling the truth that it used to be an honor going to the White House. Again, it used to be an honor because the person who's in the White House, the chief of staff, and all the people who's there, when they used to go there, when teams used to look forward going there, because they used to honor the team that went there, or the individual who goes there. They used to honor them. They was happy to see them. shaking their hands, throwing the red carpet. You ain't got that now. When you got somebody who's racist in nature, he doesn't want to honor the players. He wants the players and the team honor him. So that's what I said yesterday, but we're not gonna get back on that subject because a lot of people didn't like what I said. Like that. Vinny didn't like what I said. He sit down like that. See, that's what people do. People don't want to have a real discussion. Like I said before yesterday, I'm not talking about politics on my station because I don't do politics on my station. People get confused with race and politics. They're two separate things. Like I said, people don't want to have a discussion because they feel uncomfortable. I wonder why. Like the NFL don't want to have a real comfortable what a bad product they put out there, but we don't want to talk about that. We want to talk about our fandom, our team. I love my team, no matter how bad the league is, how soft the league is. As long as my team is winning, we get some Super Bowls. Like I said, less than 3 years is counting for me not being watch another motherfucking NFL game in the history of my life. I don't care. I would not watch one in the next 3 years if they can continue down this road of softness, pettiness, finding players every day, every week over the most minute things. So I, as a fan, is going to dissipate from watching the game I love. It's going to be tough on me, but that's a life choice I'm going to take. I'll sit there. I'd rather watch paint dry. I'd rather watch shit develop for me to watch another NFL game in 3 years from now. I'm saying we go to this done. Why wait more? Because I'm giving them opportunity. I'm giving them opportunity. That's a timetable I put out there. Okay, Mike, no real OTAs as well as conditioning and less preseason game causing these players to get injured more easily. I agree with you 100%. Momo, you better stop talking the truth right now. You may be canceled. Cancel me. Cancel me. Cancel me. Cancel me. I can't sing. I can't. Momo talking that truth. Nope. Don't want it. Because y'all want me in the president. I'll call all these dictators. I'll call everybody out. I don't give a shit. That's what the problem. Because people, when they love their football team or love a particular sport, they know the sport is whack. They know the sport ain't good. And then the rules have destroyed the sport. They say, well, I'm a fan. I can't say nothing bad I can't change anything in my life. Bullshit. As fans, we have more power than we have more power than you think. As fans, we can change this around. It's that if many of us get together and fans unite and say, hey, we tired of this bullshit y'all got out here. And we said, if we do this, things change. Only changes don't come when collectively we get together and do something about it. Momo, it's just more political than anything else when it comes to 47. Don't refer to the Taco King by name. There you go. Hey, Mike, I'm with you. I'm with you when you're right. I said yesterday, what I said yesterday is, hey, if you a friend of mine, if you're on a channel, and if you don't like what I have to say about this, what I said yesterday about the White House and people not coming to the White House and people getting mad. If you don't like what I said, you can unsubscribe to my channel. Number 47. Who's at the White House now? I have friends. I had a best friend, a close friend, a really good friend. We no longer friends. He chose to go that way. He knows the struggle, but he doesn't care about my friendship. He will support somebody who doesn't. So who's never going to support those in need. That's what I said, and I meant what I said. I don't bend the knee or kiss the ring. That's a problem. Momo model. Man, and I know, like I said, some people say, "Hey, Mark Holmes make fun of me." No, Mark don't make fun of me. I don't worry about that shit. Fuck it. Since I'm on my little high horse and I'm fired up, here's my opinion. When I come on this chat and I talk my shit and doing shit, people love to hate. People love to hate because their lives is pathetic as it is. People don't have lives. They don't. I got a life. I rant because I tell the truth and like that. Hey, people say, "Hey, you don't know your team. Who's your tight end? Who's your left end?" Okay. So if I say I don't know who's my left end, so that make me a bad fan? No. Too many of us know the team so well. We act like we the owners, we the GM, we the coach, we the assistant coaches. That's the problem with the NFL. Coaches today ain't coaching. That's the problem. Too many people know too many things, and they think they know better than anybody else. So let me get this right. A head coach, he's the head coach, but he don't even know his own players. Because he ain't coaching the players. Let's break this shit down, people. Let's keep it a buck. He's not really coaching the players. NFL coaches today don't coach players anymore. They don't. They got a DB coach. They got a quarterback coach. They got a running coach, quarterback coach, offensive line coach, defensive line coach. They bring in specialists. So where's the coaching at? So what's the head coach doing? He's there to gather information where they tell him what this player, that said player is doing, or he's not doing, and the technique he's doing, and like that. I don't think he should be here. Let me look at the film, see what he did in practice. So the head coach ain't coaching. He ain't coaching anymore. He got other folks coaching for him. It's like having the mob. When the head man in the mob, something like that. Hey, this person over here is a problem, boss. Well, let's get rid of him. Send Johnny over there. So head coaches in there. That's the same thing. If you're a coach, you should be able to develop. Your job as a coach is to develop players, to know your players, and get to the players in sync and fire your team up. Come on now. Coaches don't coach no more. Coaches don't develop anymore. Let's be fair. That's why a lot of position coaches like Dan Quinn and others like Schottenheimer, they're good in the offense schemes and stuff like that. When they come a head coach, they'll get fired quicker because they're not coaching anymore. They're leaving that to somebody else to do that job for them. They're leaning towards that for others to do their job for them. Some of these head coaches don't even, who's the head coach, and they're an offensive mind head coach. They're the head coach, and they come from an offensive mindset. They never talk to the defense. Put that in perspective. They never talk to the defense because they allow that other coach to do that work. And you call yourself a head coach? Get the fuck out of here with this board abracadabra bullshit y'all trying to throw my way. Please. All great coaches are great teachers, and it's just like a CEO. Nope. Stop it, B-Dunk. B-Dunk, stop it. Nope, I ain't gonna let you get away with that. How about we bring back Belichick? He wasn't coaching. Belichick was just doing the defense. He didn't talk to the offense. He was the same way. B Dunk, like you, but you're dead wrong. Coaches ain't coaching anymore. That's because you okay. I don't give you to do my part of my job. I don't get you to do my part of the job. Stuff like that. We all collectively gonna work together. Hey, that's the most dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. Oh, you delegate responsibilities. Coaches ain't coaching anymore. You said it best, B Dunk. They said they supposed to be there to develop. Ain't no coaches developing anybody. The coaches is there to do one thing: to discipline, to suspend, have conversations when their other positional coaches say you ain't doing right, or cut players, or talk to your owners, or talk to your GM and say, here, this is who I want, who I like to have. And so they really ain't coaching anymore. They there as they sort of like the CEO. They there out front for you to look at. I don't want to see our offensive coordinator on the sideline running up and down and him talking. I want to see him jumping on his motherfucking ass and say, hey man, what fuck was that play? What is you doing? That's what happened with Scotty and Flus. I think it would be better for Christian Parker in the building. Okay, fine. Coaches don't coach anymore. If you're the head coach, you are a what I call another version of a CEO, because you are not coaching anymore. Because you're not coaching, because you leave the responsibilities to the defense, like Schottenheimer did, and like other coaches do. Hey, I'm not gonna talk. I don't let him take control of that. No, if you see something's wrong and that plays and they playing that defense in this situation like that, you jump to our defensive coordinator's ass and say, hey man, what you do? Why you do that? Yes, but they not doing that. They ain't jumping down these these DB defensive back coaches. They ain't jumping down the quarterback coach. They ain't jumping down the O-line defensive line coach or the DB coach. They ain't jumping down their butt when they don't do wrong. Coaches ain't coaching anymore, B Dunk, Vinny, Mike, Comic. They ain't doing that shit no more. That's where the disconnect comes, and that's why this soft ass league, like I said, Ringling Brothers and Bonnie and Billy Circus was a thing. It was everywhere in this country. It was as a kid, I went to that shit. I love that shit. I love the circus. Ringers and Bonnie and Billy Circus. It was the top circus. Then you had other circus come in here, but they was the top. They lost their way. Now they defunct. NFL, you better change back to some real football. Thank you for I love that comment. Jerry's the ringleader now. You're making my point for me when I said in the past, and I always say, culture is not Schottenheimer. A cowboy-led football team is not the culture. The culture is Jerry. Jerry decides what kind of culture comes through go through those ropes, go through that locker room. He is the culture. All the rest of 31 teams got coaches who decide what culture is. He probably would like you because he like big black niggas. Because you heard what Jerry said when Jamie Foxx had that tape, he loved him looking at women's. uh, woo! I know you bust out laughing now when I called Theo a spy. Boy, beat up. I meant what I said when I said he was a spy. It's a reason for. That's a reason for everything. You got to play. Sometimes you got to play the game to get in the game. I know what I'm talking about, and I was Lloyd Chandler doing. He's doing great things. Had you crying over there? Had you in tears? Oh my God, that's crazy. Had you in tears? Hey, I know. Look. We up there talking about the NFC East, and he gonna bring his narrow ass over here and talk about the NFC North. Who in the hell wants to talk about some damn Green Bay Packers, Detroit Lions, or Chicago Bears, or whoever in that division? Nobody. And then you gonna bring your ass over here and say, my team, we got a little controversy over here about the team and like that, and this person resigned, and this, that, and that, this, that. What? Nah, that's like me going. That's like me going to Walmart, and I go to Walmart, and I go and I'm looking for something that Target normally has. I say, hey, I'm trying to find this towel that says Target on. Oh no, sir, you in Walmart? Nah. I was told that Walmart had Target products in here. It's the same shit. That's why I said what I said. You're a spy. One more, you always keep it real. What else is there? And say what everyone is thinking. I'm just saying. I just couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. See, I couldn't get my words together because when I was trying to say in that instance, what I was really trying to say is, he said, "Hey, I don't give a fuck about coming all that." Right? He was saying he was cussing and all like that. He said he ain't got enough time because he's a college student. But you took the time to go to Mr. L's panel all the time. So you go. It's okay to go hit. You also take the time of your busy schedule to go Mr. L panel, but you come on Lloyd. Lloyd knew what I was talking about. To play the game, you got to be in the game. Oh boy. And they think I'm one of these dumb people. Really think I'm stupid. And I love it. My wife used to say this, and a couple of my friends. Somebody say, you love to shock people because you want people to think that you're not as bright. So when you say shit to them, they taken back from it. Yeah. I want people to think a certain way about me. Not all the time. When I was when I was working in that tech company and I had somebody in there, in business, you have levels where you have people you could go to, so you couldn't go to over somebody else's head to get a job done, or get information like that, because there's boundaries. You don't go to the chairman. You got to go to your boss, then that person, or whatever. I had a young man came in there. He didn't like the idea that I hired somebody because I thought some of that person had a potential when he was when he was there. He only had a GED, and we only supposed to hire people with a certain amount of college degree. I hired the guy with the GED. That's my decision. This is my. This is I'm upper management. I hire who I want to hire, and I oversee who I want to hire. If I feel like you got talent, I looked at your thing, and I send you an interview, and I walk in the interview, happen to walk in the interview, and I see how you speak and whatever the case may be. So I hire him. I say you can start tomorrow. Well, I had a subordinate said didn't like that idea, which was none of his business who I hired. He went and he tried to go over my head. How that gonna work out? How that gonna work out? That's how I look at football. Football is an outlet for me, but I found another outlet in 3 years. I might watch ice fishing. Or I might just get in the shirt because I ain't be done. I've been working out, man. I've been going to the gym. I'm losing weight. So the shirt was tight. It's not tight no more. So I mean losing weight. Mo, you gotta do your top 10 albums and movies. That would be a great live. I you know what? I don't know. What is my top 10 movies and my top 10 albums? Um, I don't know because as a kid, I don't know what would be my top album. Some people say the Thriller album. I thought that Invincible album that Michael Jackson did is underappreciated. I think that one, I know he did that song, I Rock With You. He did a video with Chris Tucker, like that. But I think it's a song up there. It's appreciated, but it's never hardly played on radio, and it didn't really get a whole lot of time. I don't think they didn't even make a video of this song, but it's a top song. It's a smooth song. It's unlike Michael Jackson. It's called Butterflies. That Butterfly song is underappreciated because that song is nothing like any song Michael Jackson made at that time. Now, in his early days, when he was the Jackson 5, when he had a breakout, when he broke out, and he did Off the Wall and for that, and he did some slow ballads song. Michael Jackson already could sing. So to me, he's the number one entertainer in my book. Some people say Elvis Presley. Nope. He stole everything. He stole everything from other folks. So I would never say Elvis Presley is this great entertainer. You're going to see. I was thinking about it. I know his nephew is doing it. I know his nephew is doing him. I don't think that one movie. I don't really think that one movie can depict him in one movie. The movie is not going to be long enough to tell his life story. You need a series. And when I say a series, you need to do like a 12-part series, and it have to be 3 years, 3 to 5 years, to understand what Michael accomplished in his life and what he went through as a child and what he went through, the trauma he did when his hair caught on fire during the filming of the Pepsi commercial. He never got over that because he was taking painkillers. He took painkillers the rest of his life till he died. He was psychologically damaged off of that. He was never the same person ever. And I could go through a lot. When him when Michael went solo, Jermaine, his brother got jealous over him. Then he and Jermaine ended up marrying Barry Gordy daughter. That was like that. And then it's a lot of stuff. It's Jermaine Jackson when he married that woman from the Middle East, and he thought he was better. This when they made that TV show on A&E, and it's like that. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Because Michael Jackson wasn't the best dancer on up there. Michael Jackson wasn't the best dancer. I think Randy was the best dancer. But Randy didn't have the singing ability as Michael. Is that family been through a lot of hell? You had Latoya acting crazy, married a man with brainwashing her. That was crazy. You had the girl, I forgot her name, who did Centipede. Yeah, and then you had Janet, and Janet had to do the same thing as Michael, get away from her daddy, so she could have a single career. Hey, man, it's you talking about shit, man. That's a 20-year series about the Jacksons. The Jacksons itself, that's a 20-year series because that's so much they went through. So you could do the siblings and Tito be the only. Everybody used to joke about Tito and stuff like that. It's just crazy. And just think about that song Michael Jackson made called Ben. Ben was basically about a fucking mouse. It was about a mouse. The movie, it's a movie called, the movie Ben was about a mouse, and it's like that. And he made a song, it was a hit. Oh, yeah. Is the movie 3 hours long? Oh, did you work out today, B-Dunk? Okay, you go at 7. Okay, this was up. I think Lloyd's going live tonight. Yeah. So let me go in here with Dan and see what he's talking about. He just invited me. If you come in there, I'll be in there. All right, peace. All right, everybody. I did my rant.